Time to move out west. I've been doing reviews for Eastern mountains. I still have some more Eastern ones I want to do, but I spent most of my time looking at things, areas that I've been to a lot. So I'll do more later. But before I get started, I'd like to ask you a favor. Could you please make sure you sign up for my site here? Subscribe to my YouTube page. Doesn't cost you anything, and it actually helps me out so that I can actually continue to make good videos like this. Thank you. So you can see the subscribe button on the somewhere on the final screen as you're finishing up this video, and also in your right hand corner, bottom right hand corner. All right, so let's talk about Loveland. Okay, so let's go out west here. First of all, Loveland, most of you who've skied in Colorado have passed Loveland. So it's not it's not something that you haven't seen before. Because if you're going out to Vail or Keystone, Arapahoe Basin, Aspen, and you're driving from Denver, you're going to pass by. I mean, it's just inevitable. You pass by Loveland Ski Area. Some of you will go by Loveland to Arapahoe Basin up take up the pass. What a beautiful drive. Treacherous though, I'll tell you. Just have to just make sure you have the right kind of car and just you're not scared of heights. All right, so it's about an hour and 17 minutes from the airport. Hey, you can just get to the airport and go for a good ski right away. If conditions are correct. One of the problems with going skiing in Colorado, I mean, it's awesome. It's some of the highest and best skiing you'll get in the country. But one of the problems you have there is this I-70 that takes you from the airport or from Denver to Loveland and all the other ski areas. So you can see there's Breckenridge. The problem is that it's constantly congested. And if it snows, it can be really difficult to drive. You really need snow tires. Yes, all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive is important, but if without snow tires, you're going to have a bad day. It's actually especially after you pass I think it's the Roosevelt Tunnel. I think that's what it's called. Let me see if I can get, when you pass that tunnel, yeah, right by Loveland. So Loveland's right next to the tunnel, right? So when you go through that tunnel, it's like you come out on another side. Oh, is it Eisenhower Tunnel? I think it's Eisenhower Tunnel. Yeah, not Roosevelt. Well, some president, right? The Eisenhower Tunnel. So when you cross through the tunnel, when you get out, it's like you're in a different world before and after. So just be prepared for that if you're driving over there. Of course, some people actually fly into like Aspen and those areas or Vail. Um, I have never skied at Aspen, so I can't do an Aspen review. So I'd like to try. So let's go and look at Loveland. So Loveland is spectacularly beautiful, and I think people don't give it much thought because they're thinking of all these bigger resorts. And you should. I mean, you would be amazed by this mountain. So let's go to the mountain and look at the trail map, just so you can see the scale of this beauty. Look at that. I mean, it is huge. You get some of the highest peaks in all of skiing world, like 13,000, 12, 700. I mean, look at that. It's just like crazy good. An open terrain, like these massive bowls that are just beautiful. So I remember taking, excuse me, taking this lift here. Can't see what the name of the lift is. Lift number, yeah, they all go by numbers. Lift number 9 to the top, and then taking this rookie road down. I mean, but right up here, it's just like you think you're in on a different planet when you're up there. It's 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 like holy cow. And then that road down it's actually not that bad. You get a lot of powder here, a lot of powder, so you have to know what you're doing in terms of powder skiing. Same with this little area here, Bennett's Bowl. Ptarmigan lift here. You get a little intro bowl. I was here for a s- for a child certificate one CS1 test, and we spend most of our time. Well, I was here a couple of different times. 2 days for a child specialist one test, and then one day with my son just for free skiing. And that during the the child's test, we went up here to up Chet Stream, where you have some pretty steep stuff here for just for starting, you want to just play around, but if you want to get to your intro to what real steep skiing is like. I like how in the East we have double black diamond. You do have a triple black diamond in the East, one of them, but then you have here you get the extreme, the EX. That's like even wilder stuff. Yeah, right under here, Tiger's to tail. Is it? Yeah, that was a nice little steep run to get you started if you want. I know we spent a lot of time. Again, we're doing a child specialist one, so that's not necessarily the purpose is to do blacks and stuff like that. But we went down like acceleration and Richards Run, Nick's Knocks, right under here. I think it's either Richards or Spillway. You get a lot of good mogul runs. Even early in the season, it's probably open now with moguls. And we spent time here as well. This is actually roulette, and that's a nice longer kind of cruiser steep run. The ones through the woods here are nice too. They're usually ungroomed, so you get a lot of moguls. I remember during my test I did make the mountain a playground. That was my task, and I spent time in the moguls playing around there. That was my teaching task. You get to the top of this lift right here, though. If you look beyond you, you're like, holy cow, where am I? Again, you think you're on another planet. A lot of people hike here after the mountain closes to do some skiing. It's just like, I don't understand why people wouldn't want to be here instead of going to, say, into these more massive and expensive resorts. I mean, you got everything you want here. You got combination of easy skiing. Like these areas here are pretty easy. You get easy skiing, you get crazy hard skiing, you get like beautiful scenery. You can take videos, and unfortunately my camera wasn't working at the time, so I didn't get any videos then of when I was there last couple times. And the one when I was in test, you obviously not going to have your camera on. You're not allowed to. But I mean, you have everything you want here. Everything you want. Any kind of skiing you like. So I think this is a place that's worthwhile. If you haven't been there, you gotta go. Just stop driving by it and go there. Well, look, this is cool. No, it's not cool. You're gonna go ski there. That's the thing. So here's the Eisenhower Tunnel. There's this one run though that is really difficult, and it's the face. Even though it's a single black, you think, oh, it's not going to be as hard as a double. Well, what makes it hard is that you have to go. It's kind of like you have to work your way down here. It's kind of tough, and then you can go underneath. So you got a little tunnel to get back to the bottom. But I've seen videos. I've never done it, but I've seen videos of it, and it's kind of tough to get through there. Although, like my son said, I want to do that just because you can go through the tunnel. Sometimes people want to do that, and I personally like going through tunnels too, so that would be fun. Yeah, this is worth your time. So let's take a look at the pricing though. So am I just BSing you, saying, oh, it's probably going to be like $300 a day or something for a mountain like this? All right, let's check it out. What's the pricing like? Tickets and passes, lift tickets. Let's go to lift tickets. Move this thing. I have this little bar that you won't see when I'm recording. It just gets in my way. All right, look at this. Adults 15 and over, $119. Are you kidding me? That's a good price. I mean, that's a really, really good price. So what's all mountain lift tickets advance online purchase? Loveland Ski Area is now offering pre-purchase discounts or full day lift tickets. There's a limited amount of discount lift tickets. So if you're Valley only, this is lift tickets for beginners. Wow, good prices. I mean, look at those prices. So why wouldn't you want to go there? Children 5 and under ski for free. Wow. Okay, so prices are really good. Scenery spectacular. Sort of like well, when mountain camp wouldn't work now because it's it's early in the morning there. This is early season. Okay, let's go to regular season, see what prices are. 149. Okay. Still not bad. And when I say you think, wow, this is I don't know what you're thinking. Is it expensive or not? $45 for 6 to 14. Well, if we compare this to places like Vail, which is probably around $300 a day right now, you'll want to do something like this. Wow. Yeah. So let me see. The lodge food is good. There's a lodge. Let's see, the lodge is located. Let's see, lift trail, trail map and mountain trail. Let's go back here for a second to the. So the lodge is right over here. Let's see where. Yeah, right. This is the main lodge right here. Look, this is the Loveland Basin Facilities. Looks like there's another lodge here in this area. Well, this is lower area here. It looks like this is where you can get the cheaper tickets, which is fine too, because if you compare that to what we have in many eastern areas, that's pretty nice, pretty impressive. I think there's a racing area here too. Of course, I've seen racing setups here, but the lodge is nice. You have good food. Uh, again, I spent a lot of time there during this PSIA event. So it was we spent a lot of time at the lodge. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't anything spectacular, it wasn't anything bad. Quite modern though, so that's good. There's some places that are cheaper. You get old-fashioned lodges that don't have a lot of amenities. Amenities seem good to me there. All right, so that's my review of Loveland Ski Area. I strongly encourage you to visit it. Put it on your bucket list. Thank you. Bye.